The Gospel of Matthew. The value of a soul. Matthew 16:26. Introduction. 1. In a chapel in southern France, the great Emperor Charlemagne is buried in an unusual way. A. He is seated on a marble chair and wrapped in his emperor's robes. B. In his lap is a copy of the New Testament, and his finger is pointing to a verse which reads, "For what profit is it to a man if he gains the whole world, and loses his own soul? Or what will a man give in exchange for his soul?" Matthew 16:26. 2. In these words of Jesus we are reminded of the value of the soul. A. It is the most valuable possession one has. B. All the wealth and power one might gain is not worth the price of one's soul, which may be the point of Charlemagne's unusual burial. 3. It is a lesson we do well to remember, and so in this study we shall examine 3 questions. A. Does the Bible teach that man has a soul? B. Why is one's soul so valuable? C. What will one give in exchange for his or her soul? 1. Does man have a soul? A. Some teach otherwise. 1. Such as members of the Watchtower Society, Jehovah's Witnesses. 2. Who say man is a soul, not has a soul. 3. The controversy revolves around the multifaceted use of the words for soul. A. The Hebrew is nephesh, and at times it may refer to 1. Animal life. Genesis 1:20-21. Living. 2. The person. Numbers 31:19. Killed any person. 3. The body. Numbers 6:6. A dead body. 4. Something distinguished from the body. Isaiah 10:18. Soul and body. 5. Breath. Job 41:21. Referring to Leviathan. B. The Greek word is such, and at times it may refer to 1. The person. 1 Peter 3:20. 8 souls saved by water. 2. Life itself. John 13:38. Lay down your life. 3. Something distinguished from the spirit. Hebrews 4:12. Soul and spirit. 4. Something distinguished from the body. 1 Thessalonians 5:23. Spirit and soul and body. 5. That which exists after the body is dissolved. Matthew 10:28. Kill the body but not the soul. Those who deny that man has a soul fail to consider that words may have many different meanings and applications. B. The Bible teaches that man exists after death. 1. In the teaching of Jesus. A. Man is both body and soul, and the soul can survive murder by a fellow man. Matthew 10:28. B. The story of Lazarus and the rich man. Luke 16:22-23. 1. Some say this is only a parable. 2. Even if it is, which is highly unlikely, parables were true to life stories, not fantasy. C. His promise to the thief on the cross. Luke 23:42-43. 2. In the teaching of Paul. A. There is the inner man that can be renewed, even while the outer man decays. 2 Corinthians 4:16-18. B. One can be with the Lord, while absent from the body. 2 Corinthians 5:6-8. C. There is a part of man that can be out of the body. 2 Corinthians 12:3. D. One can be dead, yet still be with Christ. Philippians 1:23. E. Reference is made to the spirits of just men. Hebrews 12:22-23. 3. The teaching of Peter. A. He wrote of those who are dead, but live in the Spirit. 1 Peter 4:6. B. He described the body as a tabernacle to be put off. If the body is a tabernacle dwelling place, what dwells in it? 2 Peter 1:13-14. C. The unjust are under punishment, just like some angels. 2 Peter 2:4-9-10. 4. John, in the revelation given to him, saw souls of those slain, and they were capable of crying out with loud voices, and being comforted. Revelation 6:9-11. There is also much material in the Old Testament. 2. Why is the soul of man so valuable? A. It is made in God's image. 1. Man was created in the image of God. Genesis 1:26-27. A. Yet God does not have a physical body like ours. John 4:24. Luke 24:39. B. Therefore it must be our soul, or spirit, that is in God's image. 2. This is what enabled us to comprehend abstract concepts as A. Life, death, eternity. B. Things of beauty. C. A moral sense of what, right and wrong, good and evil, making us more than just animal creatures. Psalms 8:3-8. B. It is that part over which we have much control. 1. The body is mostly the result of genetics. A. We might be able to change a little through exercise, plastic surgery, etc. B. But we cannot stop the eventual aging and dying process. 2. The soul, however, is different. A. Despite one's genetics, there is much that can be changed. B. By cooperating with God, we can change attitudes, dispositions, character. Romans 12:1-2, Galatians 5:21-22, Colossians 3:12-15. C. It does not cease to exist at death. 1. The body dies, and soon returns back to the dust. A. The soul, or spirit, returns back to God. Ecclesiastes 12:7. B. Awaiting the resurrection of the body. 1 Corinthians 15:35-58. 2. After which comes the judgment. Hebrews 9:27. 2 Corinthians 5:10. A. The soul, in its resurrected body, will bear the brunt of that judgment. B. Either eternal life, honor, glory, and immortality. Romans 2:7. C. Or indignation, wrath, tribulation, and anguish. Romans 2:8-9. Which is why we need to evaluate all things possessions, decisions, actions from an eternal perspective, from the soul's viewpoint. Matthew 10:28. 16:26. D. The cost required to redeem it. 1. What price was required to redeem our souls from the wrath of God's judgment? 2. Nothing less than the blood of the Son of God. 1 Peter 1:18-19. Even if we cannot fully comprehend why Jesus had to die, we should be able to see that the souls of men must be extremely valuable if his death was necessary. 3. What will one give in exchange for his soul? A. What it means to exchange something for your soul. 1. The word exchange pictures a business transaction in which one is bartering for something else. 2. Barter means to trade or exchange one commodity for another. Thus it means to trade your soul for something else. B. Things for which people trade their souls. 1. For some people, it is earthly riches and fame. A. In their quest for riches, they neglect their service to God. 1 Timothy 6:10. B. Yet they have traded their souls for that which is corruptible and can be stolen. Matthew 6:19-21. 2. For others, it is the passing pleasures of sin. A. Like the young man tempted by the harlot. Proverbs 5:1-14. 1. In a moment's passion, lives are destroyed aids, unwanted pregnancies. 2. Marriages and families are ruined. B. Young people like Joseph, Moses, and Daniel should inspire us to make the right choices. Genesis 39:7-9. Hebrews 11:24-25. Daniel 1:8-3. Then others allow their souls to be sold for some convenient false doctrine. A. Of which we need to beware. Colossians 2:8-18. B. For the devil is a master at this. 2 Corinthians 11:13-15. C. Through our own lack of Bible study, we can lose the most valuable thing we have. Hosea 4:6-4. Finally, many will trade their souls through simple laziness. A. They will not use the opportunities the Lord has given them. Matthew 25:24-30. B. They fail to apply the diligence necessary to grow spiritually. 2 Peter 1:5-11. Conclusion. 1. How valuable is your soul? A. Think of what the rich man in Hades would tell you. Luke 16:22-24. B. Think of what the souls of the redeemed would say to you. Revelation 7:13-17. C. Think of what God has done to save your soul. John 3:16. 2. It matters not what else you do in this life. If you do not save your own soul, you have been a complete failure. A. You might gather about you great riches and fame, and leave thousands of friends to mourn your departing, but if you have not saved your soul, you have been a miserable failure. B. On the other hand, you may die in a charity home for the poor, and be buried in a potter's field without a single friend to mourn, but if you saved your soul, your life was a marvelous success. 3. You can't afford to lose your soul, for if you lose it, you lose all. A. To the faithful will be given the place of eternal rest. 1. There will be no pain, sickness, or death there. 2. It is the inheritance incorruptible and undefiled, and that fades not away. 3. It is that city built by the living God. B. On the other hand, there is the place of eternal punishment. 1. It is where the wicked will be tormented day and night forever. 2. It is where you will bemoan your great foolishness for having sold your soul for such petty things. 4. Dear friends and brethren, you don't have to lose your soul. A. Humbly submit yourself to the will of God. B. Let His word guide you, and let no man beguile you of your reward. C. Overcome temptations, and suffer for His cause with rejoicing. If you do these things, you will save your soul, and heaven will be yours, because God, who cannot lie, has promised it. Note: the main idea and several thoughts from this lesson were taken from a lesson by David Riggs. The end. The Gospel of Matthew. The value of a soul. Matthew 16:26.